So I started off with this, and then I made this. And then I went a step further and made this, which ended up looking like a painted glass effect. So let's head over to Canva and I'll show you the steps to get there. So for this, I'm going to use the two images I had in the intro and on the thumbnail. So this one is an AI generated one, and this is a photo with both of them with the background removed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the photo one of her and I am going to just move her over to another page so we can work on our AI one first. I think the AI one did a little bit better. I don't know why, but it just, to me, it seems like it does a little bit better than photos, but that might be just a personal opinion. So what we're going to do now is head over to apps. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I don't know if this is a new app or not. I hadn't seen it before. It's called a photo to sketch. Usually newer apps are at the bottom, so I saw that today and I was like, well, let's play with it. So with her, what I want to do is take her down to filter strength number 1. I'm going to click on transparent background and I'm going to push transform and replace. And while that's going on, what I can show you is I'm just doing one, but I will show you examples over here of what level 1 looks like, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. So for this, I want more detail in it. So I like number 1 for her. When we get to the photo one, I did that one on level 2. I think that was better for her because it was too thick for her. Let's see, I have her here. So this was a 1 for her, this was a 2 for her, and this was a 3. So for her, I used a number 2 level when I did that. So let's head back over to this one and see how she turned out. So every once in a while, what you'll see these lines, and I don't know why they'll do that. And if you get lines in them, I'm just gonna go back, and see if it'll go back to her. What you can do to eliminate that, I found, was go into Image Enhance and just enhance. Let's go back. Just enhance her, upscale her one more time, and then retry it. So now we get the unblurry one, and we're gonna go back. Click out of her, click back into her, go back down to 1. Now, if you see transparent background on, click off and click back on because it will not do it even if it's check marked. I think it's glitchy right there. So if you don't re-click, it will do it with the background and it's kind of a pinkish color. It's weird. Let me click out of that. And while she's spinning around, now that she's done, as you can see now that the line is missing. So I was like, okay, cool, I have that. That is so neat. It's not color book page type kind of thing. I mean, if you wanted to print something off for your kids to scribble on and color with random crayons, I think it would be fine. But if you're trying to do something for a color book, I don't think this is a good option for that. But who knows? So I was like, what else can I do to this? Because that's cool, but I want to do something else. And I watched a YouTube, no, I think it was on Facebook, of a lady doing art on class. And what she would do was write stuff in layers. So I was like, wait a minute. Let me see how that's going to look on here. So what I did next was go into my draw tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick a color. Let's see what color I want. I think I did her kind of her hair pinky. It'll be pinky purple. That's a good color. And then come on, draw tool. Say yeah for me. Click. And then, hey, my pinky purple's going. I want pinky purple. Pinky purple. There we go. And click on that. And then I want to weight it up some. And then what you're going to do, let's get that dot bigger. You're just going to color. And then I kind of did it not like, I want to do it more like swipey kind of deal versus like fully color, but that would be up to you, however you want to do it. Because I think it's like a style having some of the black and white kind of like still be black and white, if that makes sense. And kind of have like the little strips where there's nothing there and then some on the outside, like the paint was kind of splattered behind it. But like I said, that would be a personal preference. And then we're just going to kind of get the pink and then we're going to make that smaller, take the weight down, and we're going to get into some of these grooves here, into some of these smaller areas and just color to your heart's content. Let's get this one little wavy here. We'll do that and then fill in here. And a little bit down here. And a little slice here. And then I changed the color to a blue. Let's see where we can get in a blue. Let's get it more like this color here. And then I did make this bigger and kind of color in her dress. I colored in her dress, like so. And then I want her eyes a pale blue. I'm gonna go up here and get that pale blue and see if I can just go bamp and bamp. And then I want some, let's see what color we want to do her lips. Can we do this color and go like dark? I'm gonna make it like a dark purple. We gotta get that line down a little bit there on the weight. We're gonna color her in. Her lips like a little dark purple. And then we want a skin tone, so we'll go and start off in orange and kind of go there and make that big. And then you can just start coloring in skin. Color. Get over here. And don't worry if you color over one of her eyes or anything like that, because we're going to change the layers in that so they'll come out the way you need it to see, because what you're doing is layering the colors too. So let's see, I want to make that smaller and get in those fingers. Oh, wait a minute. I got to do the Simpsons thing from the last tutorial. All right, so now she looks like a hot mess, right? So what we want to do now is I'm going to click on one. I'm going to go into position, layers, and then just for ease, I'm going to go in this way and center to the front. And then you have that kind of retro kind of look there going on, and you can do all kinds of colors. That's just up to you. And then what I did to make it look like a glass, like the real like glass thing, is I went into shadows and I did a drop shadow on that piece. And then what I did is just extend her out so she's covered back in her spot. So my eyes will be the guide. And then the other thing too, let's go in here real quick and make sure her eyes are good and not covered, is go into position and bring her eyes. I'm going to hit my control key, her eyes and her lips. So control and highlight all four of those. And then I'm going to bring them up right behind her. So those are in front. So if there's any colors that went over that, then it's not. And then what you want to do is just kind of line your stuff back up over top of her and resize it, because you know once you hit the shadow, it's gonna move and resize stuff. So you're gonna have to resize her back up over top of it, and it makes this cool little glass effect. And if you need to add more color, if you don't want, like, you want to fill that in, you can fill that in or whatever. I should make that kind of dark right there. It'd probably make it cooler. And that's it for this tutorial. I'm glad you guys stopped by. I love you guys. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.